What's going on? Good morning. It's a good morning. It's a Saturday morning. I'll be honest. I think I've lasted this long, but I think it's catching up. My sister and my nephew have had like COVID and then the flu back to back for like the past month. My sister's like just been looking at me. She's like, "How are you not sick? You don't wash your hands." And I go, I think that's why. I think that's why I'm not sick. I'm not gonna like say like I've never washed my hands. Of course I've washed my hands. It happens. One day you're just walking outside and it starts to rain. I would consider that washing your hands. All right, so I've washed my hands before. But I would say most of my life I've been a man. You know, I haven't been one of those, little sissy boys. So like I built up a tolerance to germs. I don't get sick very easily. But I can start to feel maybe a little bit of soreness in my throat. My nose is a little bit runny today, just a little bit. Now my plan to attack it, I already took a whole bunch of vitamins. I'm gonna eat some really spicy food to like clear out my sinuses. And hopefully it doesn't get any worse than that, because I have like a whole week thing planned with some buddies and I don't want to be sick for that. So here we are. All right, let's switch over. I know I'm not showing my face yet. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Louis. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it from now on. But Deesh, what's going on, man? Good morning, Christopher. Good morning, Vensu. Yo. What's happening, rich man? Let's freaking go, dude. Cookie Tiger. Hi, Kite. Hello, Cookie. James. Hello, James. Young boy. What's going on? Nothing too exciting. That's the downfall of streaming back to back to back to back. I actually looked at it and we're pretty much, I looked at the Discord and like I send out reminders that I'm going live because obviously YouTube notifications suck. On the first, we did 6:30 a.m. On the second, we did 7:15. And then today we did 8:30 a.m. So like we're pushing the live stream 1 hour forward every single day. So tomorrow probably 9:30 a.m. Just a heads up, we're out here looking for patterns. That's the pattern we got going today. So yesterday, it seems like every single time, without fail, I hop off of stream and then that's when price action starts happening. I kid you not. We hopped off a stream yesterday at what? Like, I would say like 9 a.m. So this was yesterday, December 2nd. At 8 a.m., I hop off of stream at the top of this candle. Literally the next 30-minute candle is just boop to the downside. It's a curse. So, I guess you can make trades off of when I end the live stream, I guess. Not financial advice. Just showing correlation here. So after that, I did get entered into my Bitcoin short here because obviously we have that on an automated setup, and that is a setup that I want to play. It's unfortunate that I got entered on that wick there, but we are playing with a little bit larger stop losses, so we have to get all the way back up to 17,303 in order for me to get stopped out. So we got tons of leeway here in terms of, the market forcing us out of our position. And, if we cut down to a smaller time frame here, we have downtrend, we have uptrend, we have downtrend. That did create like a small time frame ABC position. And typically when we see these small time frame ABCs, they typically retest the 0.441. And then that's where the trend continues from the original trend here. So I'm not saying that we are going to dump here, but we did get the retest of the halfway point of this trend, and we got a clear rejection. Now, obviously, we could find support off of this previous thing here and continue to the upside. I really don't care which way it goes because right now, I got 1 foot in the door. Okay, so I got 1 foot on a short, 2 feet on longs. All right, so my ETH trade fortunately did not get entered whatsoever because we had to come down quite a few levels for that. In order for me to get entered and all that. So, definitely we could have a jump to the upside and I wouldn't be mad. Now, if we form a new ABC right here on ETH, I'm not gonna be taking that. No. I would be probably waiting for a larger setup in particular. So like, let's say we put in that A and then this B and then this C right here. I probably won't be taking that one. I'll still probably have this entry here just in case. But at that point, I'd probably be looking for this to be a singular trend and then probably have a retest to the downside and then form a larger ABC like that. And definitely like that is a better structure overall for me to be taking a short on. Obviously a higher price point, larger structure would probably mean more to the market. And we can carry on. Now, it depends on like how deep this downtrend cuts. Now, if this turns into, you know, a much, like I'm saying, like if we ended the trend here, I don't like that. To me is not really worth it. It's not that deep of a cut. But if we saw something like this, it would be unfortunate because we would get caught up in a little bit of backlash here. If we saw that, okay, then yes, I would probably take a short position off of that new level up here. We just got to wait and see. Take a look at the rest of the market. We kind of called it out yesterday because I looked at the US 100. US 100 dumped off a cliff because we put in that higher high. It definitely looked like a bearish case scenario. At the moment, we're coming back up to retest this morning. So I mean, if we fail again, we're definitely gonna probably push down a little bit further. Obviously, we're looking at it from a support and resistance perspective. Probably be working to, you know, probably test this level first, and then if we break down even lower, it could be a little bit more catastrophic just because of how price action moved. Probably come down pretty decent amount lower. US 100 still looking good, but also it is starting to top out a little bit more here. I hate how the US 100 looks all the time with these gaps. I mean, not the US 100, the SPY. So I mean, we're technically filling a gap from yesterday. So we'll see. We technically have not filled this gap here. So that could be what price action might want to do here. Or maybe some continuation. XMR, doing XMR things as always. Oh, let me make sure I move this out a little bit. I always forget about that sometimes. All right. So if I covered up anything and you need me to go back, let me know. KDA, like I said, I probably won't be taking the short position on KDA if this setup forms. It's just something that I want to note on screen because I think that might be what leads to the retest here. And I'm hoping that it does that because I would say right now we have a good B situation on KDA. But if we could push a little bit higher and create a much stronger B wave, I think that would be a good thing. Now, like I said, coming back down to retest 70 cents would be awesome as well. And then hopefully if we can get back above 78 cents, I'll be throwing some money at it just to see what happens. Can't promise anything good will come of it, but it's something I'm interested in. Kite, you don't you think the recent news with Twitter's censorship and Biden's scandal will have an effect on markets? Not really, no. Like I just don't think it will, because it would have had it already. Because yeah, like Twitter was obviously censoring that stuff, but that's old news. Like that's actually old news. The whole Biden Hunter laptop thing was suppressed and told that it wasn't real, and then the election was over, and then those same news media outlets came out and said, yes, in fact, it was real. We're sorry. Like, if it was going to have an effect on the markets, it probably would have had it back then because that's when it all happened. The fact that Twitter was involved with it, I don't think changes anything, to be honest with you. Like, just being realistic here. Obviously, it's cool to see and to get the facts on it, but I don't think it in any way is going to have an effect on the market. I just think it would have already had an effect on the market. Hi, Kite. Love your ABC videos, but I notice your running trades are small amounts. What is your average income trading per month? I'm not going to tell you the actual amount, but right now during the bear market, my account's been staying stagnant. We did make a really, really good short trade that went from, like 2K to 7K pretty much over the course of a couple weeks. But the account that I use on screen, this is my challenge portfolio. This is what I use to test different strategies. Right now, it's been ABCs for the past couple of months. This is not like my real account. So I'm not an egotistic YouTuber. I'm not here to try to catch people's eyes with $1,000 trades everywhere, $100,000 trades everywhere. I'm just trading the trade. I don't care whether or not it's $1,000 on screen or $1 million on screen or $2. To me, that does not matter. Hey Kite, I want to trade cryptos to build wealth. I already blew up my $3,000 account last year in October to December, which I grew from $1,000. I got overconfident. Now I want to get back in. Any advice? Just honestly sit down and evaluate what went wrong, and then proceed forward. If you liked the ABC method and you were doing well with that, continue with it, but try to push up the time frame, take it a little bit slower. Don't try to go down to the 5-minute time frame and take 10 trades per day. It's a siren's call, man. I know it sounds like you're going to make money fast, but to be honest with you, man, the less stressful trading is and the longer you can do it, because, there's that whole saying, it's not timing the market, it's time in the market. It is true, but it's also timing the market. But timing the market is not being like, this is the bottom. It's going, hey, there's appropriate signs that the market is showing signs of support, so I'm going to put appropriate risk and then hold on to it if it does work out. That's the difference. According to the laptop, FTX was also involved in the scandal and World Economic Forum. If the World Economic, they're not going to go down. Just be honest with yourself. Some of the richest people in the world, even if the public rose up against them, they're not going to go down. Just being realist here. But if you want to take all the news into account, FTX was donating to everybody, or at least allegedly. So it has been proven that Sam Bankman-Fried is a person that is simply trying to build an image. I'm the most generous man in the world. I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. So obviously from a public point of view, the most hated thing is a Republican. At least from popular opinion in terms of what people think, majority. So Sam Bankman-Fried made all of his Republican donations dark donations. Basically, there is no track record of them. And that's legal too, straight legal. That way, nobody could call him a Republican supporter, but then obviously made all of his Democratic donations in the limelight. I'm a Democrat, guys. So he was donating to everybody. So if you want to go ahead and get FTX involved with the World Economic Forum and Democrats and conspiracy and stuff like that, you got to involve the Republicans too. It's all wrecked. Doesn't matter which side you're on. So to me, I don't think, of course it's gigantic news. I think it is serious, but I don't think it's going to have the public backlash that we would hope for. Simple as that. You can use ABC on the 1 hour time frame. That is my preferred time frame. Now, there's different ways of using the 1 hour time frame. All right, my 1 hour time frame, I'm pretty much zoomed out as far as I can get. All right. There's people that will take the 1 hour time frame concept that I say, and they will zoom in to 2 candles. And they go, I'm on the 1 hour time frame, Austin, and there's an ABC right here. That's not no. Stop that. That's not the same thing. I'm talking about the 1 hour time frame where you can see clear and distinct trends. Clear and distinct trends. That's it. If you need to like really get up in the nooks and crannies of stuff, probably not the best idea. Yeah, my nose is starting to run. Jeez. Anton, Kite, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, man. Good morning. If you had curly hair and a clean shave, you would look like SPF. Pratish, you know, that nice dude. I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Don't try me. All right. Why is it? Why? Why is it Richard Hart? If you were a little bit more ginger and you sat on a throne with a glowing Gucci bag to your side, you would look like Richard Hart. Now it's Sam Bankman-Fried. And what is it with grifters and thrones? All right, let's be real. Anybody keep up with the Liver King stuff past couple of days? Like listen, I like the common take is everybody knew Liver King was juiced. Everybody knew it. There's no way this man was natural. So like people are like, why do you even care? Why are you exposing this man? Why are you just doing it for clickbait? No, it's a simple fact that he was telling you he is natural. This is how he does it. And he is selling this and denying this. And then comes out that he lied. That is the point that people are making. It's just, I don't get why people are defending this man. So back to my point. What is up with like these people that are grifters? Listen, like I said, Liver King, he promotes a lot of stuff that is pretty beneficial. Like the 9 ancestral tenets, yeah, a lot of it is like common sense. Like that's good information. It's not really anything like super profound. And with like Richard Hart, he says a lot of stuff that I agree with. But then on the other hand, they're trying to sell you something in the background. I just love the fact that they both sit on thrones. Like this is an apology video from Liver King, and the man is sitting in a throne. Like, come on, humble yourself a little bit, man. Like, just take a moment. Sit on a bar stool at your kitchen counter, for Christ's sakes, or something. It's like the man only owns chairs like this. Oh, I can explain this. I know I just clicked to this tab on accident. This is Cal Scrubby's new video. It's my phone died. Came out 3 weeks ago. It's about him being a divorced dad murderer. Now I look like the crazy one. God. How much can we make from ABC? Does ABC pattern have any limitations? Any limitations? The only limitations is you shouldn't expect. So how much can you make from something? That's going to depend on how much money you have. I recommend good risk. So I probably wouldn't go above, like 1% risk just to start off with, because you want to be able to kind of tweak things as you go along. Now, I'm using a larger stop loss so I can use more risk. But if you're going to be using smaller stop losses, use less risk. Simple as that. So if you have $100,000 and you're risking 1%, which is $100, no, never mind. That's $1,000. Then of course, if you hit a 20 R&R, you're gonna make 20 grand off a single trade. Probably minus some hedge, profit loss. You maybe make like 16. Maybe 10 if you're really unlucky. That's still good profit. $10,000 off a single trade. That's awesome. But you're going to need a lot of money to do it. if you're trying to take $100 and turn it into $1 million, it's going to take a very, very long period of time. All right. Now, when things are really awesome, you can do that through compounding and just kind of luck. All right. When we're in the midst of the bull market, all you had to do is take long breakout trades. Now people will take that information and go, I'm going to do that right now. It's not the same. It's not the same market right now. Right now, it's a lot of sideways retesting, a lot of chop. There's not really an opportunity to really take aggressive long breakout trades. So there's no limitations on it, only expectations that you need to limit for yourself. Plain and simple. Creedmore, good morning, Kite. Good morning, Creed. How are you today? Apparently a lot of people are getting sick right now. Obviously COVID's still running around, you know, punching people in the face and stuff like that. But apparently there's like just like a more aggressive flu running around. I really hope I'm not getting like full blown sick. I can deal with like a stuffy nose, maybe a sore throat. Like I said, I'm gonna go cook some Nongshim Red after this. Usually I only put like maybe like half the seasoning in it just because that is so spicy. But I think I'm gonna go full spice this time just to make it run and get all the gunk out of there. How much have you made till now from ABC? So we started with a $1,000 account back here. All right. We started around here, and I was playing more of like a smaller time frame aggressive strategy, which, like I said, you can make money from. But the problem is it's tough, and you're taking a lot more entries, and if things do not go right, you're eating away at your profit like crazy. So we started with $1,000, and we did 5K during this little formation over here, and then we messed up a lot, and then we went back down to $400. So you can grow explosively, but you can also lose a lot of money fast. So that's when I switched to more of like a hedging long-term trade style, and really started to be patient. So we started with $1,000 again. So we were net negative 600. I refilled the account to 1,000. And during this whole process, we got the account up to roughly around like 2.5K. And then we hit this ABC trade right here. From there, that ABC trade got us up to about 4 or 5 grand. I made a couple good long trades off of this bottom here, accompanying with the 29K support, and we turned it into about 7 grand. My dumbass did not take this ABC, and our account ended up falling back down to about 3K because at that point in time, I started to switch stuff to inverse perpetual. Inverse perpetual means that I'm holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever coin I'm trying to trade. That means if the price goes down and I'm not in a short trade to offset my losses, I lose value. Obviously, the market dropped about 40%. So that 7K turned right back down into about 3K-ish. I withdrew $2,000 from the account. So right now we have about 1K in the account. I actually withdrew a little bit earlier, so I'm down to like 600-700. But that's not, I'm not withdrawing that profit to go use for other things. I just put it into a cold storage wallet, just to kind of practice what I'm preaching in terms of you don't need to have your entire stack on the exchange at one time in order to make trades. Plain and simple. The only time that you really do that is because you want the number go up mentality, and you want to see what your account is worth at all times, just from a simple hover. So right now, like with this sideways market, there hasn't really been a lot of good trades. I would say like the last good trade that we had was this ABC here and this ABC here. And obviously we're in a long position on Bitcoin as well from this bottom position here. So I'm in a long from right here, and I was able to take profit on that short position once we put in this ABC. So that's the only really good thing that's happened in the past couple of months, which is unfortunate, but we have a whole future ahead of us. Thanks for replying, man. I was mostly trading on a 15-minute time frame, and one of my mistakes was I didn't use a stop loss, which I think was a mistake as far as view on markets. Yeah. So not using a stop loss is asinine to me on leverage trading. Okay. If you're spot trading and you're DCAing at supports and you're doing it with a laddering method, yeah, I don't think you need a stop loss because you're looking at the really long term, multi-year cycles. There is no need for a stop loss for that. But with leverage trading, it's a necessity because you're amplifying things extremely and you will get liquidated. SBF to announce intent to run for president in 2024 today. I don't know if he's gonna get anywhere with that. It's like Kanye. Anybody watch the Kanye Alex Jones interview? That was a sight to see. I watched as much as I could of it, but it was anybody that can make Alex Jones uncomfortable is on another level, dude. On another level. And like, I get what he was trying to go for, but at the same time, that just doesn't work with public opinion. It's not gonna fly. I don't even know if I can really say what he said. Most of you probably know. And like I said, you can see what he was trying to say. He was trying to approach from like a Christian point of view. You're supposed to love everybody equally. Or you can condemn the actions, you can just not, you can't condemn the soul. That's God's job. That's apparently like that's what he was trying to go for, but obviously it came off very not that way. So Kite, are you using 20x leverage? I'm using 25x leverage. Once again, don't just look at the leverage and go, okay, I'm going to use that much leverage. Use the calculator in the description and set it up appropriately. All right, right now, I got about $1,000 in the portfolio. I'm using 4% of $1,000 as margin, 40 bucks. All right, I'm using 75% of $40 as risk. So that is $30. $30 of 1,000 is 3%. So if I lose a trade, I'm going to be losing 3% of my portfolio. All right. The stop loss is also 3% on the actual chart. Okay. All of this balances out to a 25x leverage because every percent that the chart moves in the wrong direction, I want to lose 25%. So 25 times 3 equals 75% of margin equals the loss. All right. You could set this calculator up differently to have a lower leverage, but equal the same exact amount of money made and the same exact amount of money lost. Simple as that. Now, higher leverage, if used appropriately, allows you to have less of your portfolio on the exchange at a single point in time, which in a time like this, I think is very, very valuable for people. But obviously, there's still going to be people out there that are using leverage like gambling, where they're still using 50% of their portfolio at 50x leverage without a stop loss, and then they lose it, and they go, trading sucks. I'm never trading again. But come on, man, just be honest with yourself. Be honest. Wasn't a good idea. Doing good. How are you? My family has been sick with, they got meningitis pretty bad, but they're all getting better. Yeah, that's what it's like in my household right now. My sister and my nephew, they've been sick with COVID and the flu for like the past month, and I haven't been sick. And I think what really got me yesterday was I was helping. I gave my PS5 to my nephew because I don't really use it that often. I played through God of War. So, I mean, that was the last thing that I really wanted to play. And obviously he's been sick as hell, so I touched his door handle. That probably was what got me. That's just like a treasure trove of viruses on that door handle. Where's your IKEA and Philips Hue lamp? The Philips Hue lamp is over there. The IKEA. I don't have an IKEA lamp. I need to get a better poster over on that side. It looks kind of whack. Maybe I'll get like one of those fancy disc plates, but I feel like that's a little bit too expensive for something I barely even see. I just wanted something to cover up that little like attic door. Because like my house has like a sloped roof, and obviously it goes into the room. Like behind that door is like the little like triangle shape attic thing that we can use for storage. Which, what's that gigantic hole in the wall? For how long can we hold long positions on BTC? Theoretically for forever. Funding rate really doesn't eat that much. And if you are seeing profit on that long trade, you're really not going to sacrifice a lot of it. Check out the DXY today. Oh yeah, I mean, okay, we're showing signs of support. We talked about this yesterday. The fact that this level here was obviously a huge support level during this uptrend, and we got down to this level, and you can see on the smaller time frames, we got a very decent bounce off of it. Obviously, we're coming back down to retest this low here. And if that succeeds to show support, we're probably going to have a larger retest in play. And of course, if you hold that ideology that if the DXY goes up, everything else has to go down, that is bearish. And obviously with the US 100 sitting in a bearish formation, doesn't look too good from that standpoint. So crypto might follow suit. Obviously, like, I think there is some merit to that. But at the same time, we've seen the DXY go down and crypto go down. We've seen the DXY go up and crypto go up. So, I don't know. I think it's a cool metric to keep an eye on, but at the same time, I don't put full faith in it, in my opinion. It's cool to see like things line up, and then that could give you a clue on what might happen, but it's not something that I wholeheartedly believe. Let's check out the what to mine. I'm always curious about that. Do you study volumetric data going into trades, or is it just ABC? Just ABC. All right, because I've taken a look at volume, not only from like just the regular candlestick perspective, but also like volume profiles, which you can also use stuff like Bookmap. If you know how to read a chart, you can pretty much know, like, all right, I'm not always 100% accurate, but let me give you an example of this. Let's go to like a 2-hour chart here. Okay, so let's go ahead and mark out some major supports from this uptrend here. So this is a major support, 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 this was a major support. All right, so maybe we have to go to a daily for that. If I go here, go to indicators, go to technicals, volume profile, visible range, and increase the resolution of this a little bit. Row size 200. All right, look. This is our next major support region. Look where the volume profile is lining up here. All right, this was one of our major support regions. Obviously, this was a new place of support. So you can see the volume profile lining up there. This was our last major line of support. You can see it starts to pick up right here. 43K was a major support. You can see that start to pick up right there. So you can see like the volume profile lines up with the support. So like if you can spot the supports that matter on higher time frames, you're not going to be really missing out on much. Bookmap shows pretty much the same exact thing. Now, book mapping, I'm seeing a lot of like layered orders. So like between 16,300 and 10K, you're going to see layered orders all the way down. But that's just because those are like high players. Those are people that kind of understand. They're not like manipulators saying like it's going to go down this direction. And then you're going to have the other side of the conspiracy where people like, they just want you to see that information so that you don't buy now. If you don't buy now, you're going to miss the generational pump. No, it's just people that have a lot of money. They don't know where it's going to go either, but they know that if it breaks 16,300, 10K is the next level. They don't know if it's going to go all the way down to 10K. So they want to catch as it falls. And obviously they're coming from like a DCA perspective on spot. Obviously I know like there's the other side of volume, not just the fixed visibility, but for me, it's simple psychology. Okay. If the market's going up, 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 and up, and then we see a sharp pullback, that tells me that the market is scared at that point. So the market likes to retest levels to confirm, hey, was that actually resistance or can we go further? And typically humans have like a nature where like they like to push past limits. So the market usually goes past that resistance, but then if it fails to come back down, that proves that that was an area of weakness and it will continue to be so for the foreseeable future. We don't know if it's going to be months or days or weeks. All right, we just know that that is a weak point in the market. So I take a short from there. Simple as that. Nothing really too complicated about it. Obviously, you flip that on its head and you got a long position. And then there's the other flip side where it's like, do you use divergences? Okay, well, let's take a look at this. All right. An ABC typically looks like this. So the 2 points that we're going to be looking for a divergence is these two highs here. All right, let's go look at the 1 hour time frame. Okay. All right. This was the last ABC. Well, I wouldn't say the last, but the last short ABC that was of any significance right here. All right. So the 2 points that we're going to be looking for a divergence are right here and right here. Now, I would say a lot of the time there's going to be a divergence on a short ABC. Just plain and simple. There usually is. So from that point of view, if there's usually a divergence, does it really matter if there is or isn't one? Just my opinion. All right, so let's look at the 125 hour side real quick. All right, right here, look. All right, these are the two corresponding highs to price action. You can see lower high on RSI, higher high on price action. That is a bearish divergence. All right, that is a standard bearish divergence. All right, so I took that trade because of the ABC. I did not take it because of the divergence. I didn't even know this divergence was here until I went back and used it as an example. Now let's go to like one of the biggest ABCs that have worked out over the past couple of months. Obviously, the entire bull market was an ABC right here. Higher high. And it probably had a divergence on it. Maybe. I don't want to say yes, it did or not. Oh. Actually, no, it didn't. Let's go to a higher time frame. Okay, on a higher time frame, yes. On a higher time frame, there was definitely a divergence. But from a simple perspective, it was an ABC. Now, kind of putting my foot in my mouth here, I really didn't take the short up here because of that ABC. I took it because of a smaller time frame one. But, you know, we were having jokes about like, what if it was all just one gigantic ABC, and it turned out to be true. But the one that I'm talking about in particular is this one right here. All right. This ABC right here had tremendous repercussions on the market. But if you look at it, it did not have a divergence. We had a higher high, higher high. So if you would have let divergences or volume profile say, hey, don't take this trade because we have support here or we don't have a divergence, you wouldn't have taken that short trade in the same way that I did. I took it because price action is showing me weakness. I don't care about an indicator or volume showing me weakness. I care about what the chart itself is. Because if you look at the chart as human psychology in picture form, you look at it a lot differently. All right. All these indicators, they're simply taking what's on the chart and trying to reconvert it into some other metric that might be easier to read, but why not just get it straight from the source? You know? Now, what's something else? I gotta go use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, guys. But keep putting questions if you have them. That way when I'm back, I'll just be able to answer them really quickly. Live streams on the 2nd and the 1st of December. There is a dedicated video on ABC's. It's on my channel if you go to the videos. Why not trading Forex? Because I'm in love with crypto. I always have been. I do think ABC's can work on Forex. We've checked out a couple different currency pairs. But for me, I love what crypto stands for. I'm not just in it for the money. There is money to be made. I'm trying to accumulate more crypto. But at the same time, I'm in love with the technology and what it's going to be used for in the future. I always say there's going to be growing pains, but I'm down for that too. I know you have talked about diminishing value on shorts. Forgot which live it was. If the next ABC short is not formed, when should we take profit? I'm probably gonna be taking profit around 40%. If we don't ever see a new short position, I'll probably be taking profit at 40%. Or if we see like 10K, but we're probably gonna hit that 40% mark before then. Thanks, Kite. You're inspiring me a lot because I lost everything in crypto in 2021. Yeah, I mean, I got into crypto very luckily. It could have ended up to the fact that like I probably would have been in a similar situation back in 2018. Like if I didn't have the help of some people, I wouldn't be able to get in early just because I was not of age, and I probably would have bought the top when I turned 18. But I've lived through the bear market. I traded every single day from like 2019 all the way up until we really started to get going with the bull market. So I've been in it, and you can too. There will be a point in time in the future where things are good and you can thrive. Right now, it's about, maintaining value of your account, learning, and if you can add profit during this time, by all means. Like that is awesome. Now, like I said, it's going to be harder during this period of time, but it's definitely possible. I still find it hard to recognize ABCs. Like it's hard to recognize on which point to make a starting point. And so depending on time frame, it's hard to judge if two patterns are back to back. I understand. Obviously, like I come from a point of view of like I've been doing this a long period, so it is easier for me. But it really just comes down to like, is this a legitimate shift in trend? So like right here, this is a downtrend. All right, if we're looking at this from a higher time frame, this is most definitely a uptrend. It's a very distinct separation. All right, and obviously we connect these 2 points. Now there is uptrends and downtrends during those larger trends, but it's about grouping things together and looking at the finer whole. So obviously from a macro perspective, this is our larger ABC structure here. Okay. Now we can cut down to a smaller time frame like the 1 hour, and we can look at smaller patterns that we can take advantage of where we don't have to wait months in order to take a single ABC. But it's really just finding the highest point on your chart and then tracing down from there to the next lowest point, and then tracing up from there and then tracing down from there. All right, so like on the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame, if we look at this, obviously, this is our highest point on our chart. So we start tracing down from here. Obviously, this is all a singular trend, but if we cut it up a little bit, we can see we had downtrend, uptrend. And if you want something to kind of define, all right, breaking previous highs of the previous trend can be an indication of a competing uptrend. And then from there, we start tracing down. All right, so we put in a lower low here. That was an ABC that I took advantage of. We put in another lower low over here. It's still same ABC, just a little bit lower entry point if you caught it. And then from there, we start tracing up. So we had uptrend, downtrend, uptrend. Obviously, we extended on a little bit further, so those get combined. And then we had a downtrend. Then we put in a higher high. So we took advantage of that. So now we start tracing from there. Downtrend. Uptrend. We put in a lower low right here, ever so slightly. So that's our next long ABC. So now we start tracing from this. Wherever the last ABC ended, that's where your new one begins. Now, like I said, keeping a higher time frame definitely is going to help you take advantage of larger price swings. All right, because on a 1 minute time frame, we do get ABCs. But a lot of the times they're jagged, and 2, they don't have large scale implications on where price action is going to go next. When will you take your current position's profit? Whenever it's shown to me. So I had an ABC short from here, and I take profit when the market shows me a new point of weakness. Okay, so right here we have an A, a B, and a C. Let me enlarge it for you. All right, so the market got weak right here, so I took a short. I didn't know anything about FTX coming out the next day and being like, hey, we're a fraud. That caused the market to dump. I didn't know that was going to happen. I did it because the market showed weakness. I don't need to know why. So then right here, for some reason, the market is showing weakness again. All right, the market was able to get up to, 16,787, and then it had a pretty decent pullback. So it shows at that level, there's weakness. All right, the fact that we're above it right now isn't really like concerning to me in terms of weakness. Obviously, if we continue to move past it, I'll go, okay, we've really confirmed that this was just kind of like a scared moment. All right, really no significance, but humans like to be pushy. So we like to push past things, and then when it really doesn't work out, we're like, oh shit. So if we come back below that point, it will really confirm that this level here is not that strong, and we'll probably have to go test down lower. And obviously, if you get the macro involved, if we get back down below 16,300 and stay below it, we'll probably see 10K. So that's when I take profit. I take profit when the market shows me that it wants to continue a certain trend. Otherwise, there's really no reason for me to take profit. Now with shorts, there is diminishing profit because you can never only go from 100% to 0%, whereas with longs, you can go from your starting point to 10,000%. So there is no real reason to take profit on a long if you don't have to. If the market gives you a new place of confidence to go long from, aka a place of strength, then yes, there's an advantage to taking profit. Because if you made $600 on that long trade and added money to your portfolio, you might have only been using $10 worth of risk on the original opening. Now, if you take profit and enter the next trade, you can use $16 worth of risk. All right, because 1% of your total account, when your account was $1,000, was $10. Now your account's worth $1,600. 1% risk is $16. So if you have two 10 R&R trades, you're using 10% risk on, or $10 worth of risk on this one, and $16 worth of risk on this one, you'll make $100 of profit if you hit a 10 R&R on the $10 trade. You'll make $160 on the 10 R&R trade if you're using $16 worth of profit. So you're adding 60% more profit just from that compounding trade. That's how we were able to turn $100 into $100,000 through compounding and using smart risk and scaling the risk back. Now, like I said, if you get caught up on smaller time frames, good risk isn't really going to help you out. For scalping, ABCs do not work. It's not that they don't work, it's just the fact that you're probably going to have more of a take profit strategy rather than a hold strategy. So if I go down to a 15-minute time frame here, the problem is you're going to have a lot more positions where you're going to get stopped out. Like right here, all right, we had A, we had B, we had C. All right, so this is the level that you go short from. You're probably going to go for more of a, I'm going to take profit around the 0.5, 0.382 area. So then you probably would have taken profit right about here. All right. Or like right here. All right, we have uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. So you're probably going to be looking at this and you're probably going to go, I'm going to take profit if we come back up to this level here. And then you take profit. Very, very short time frame trades. But the problem is when you get stuff like this, where like you get like an A and a B and a C, and then you take a short and it rocks you back and forth, and then we put in a new ABC here and you take that one, and then we don't ever get back down to that level. It's just you're opening yourself up to a lot more chop. If you stick to the higher time frames, you're gonna have a lot better time. Doesn't mean that won't work. It just means there's just a lot more inconsistency. So is it better to only go long on ABC? No, not really. I would say like shorts actually work out a lot more often just because we're in a bear market. It's just a lot of undue stress. Like I said, there's points in time where like you can do very well with small time frames, but you don't know when that's going to end. And then you can spend all this time getting your account, 5 times and then wreck it all because things are just really shitty. So why not limit yourself and sit to larger time frames where like if you have an ABC, there's a larger chance that it's going to be a much larger change in trend and there's going to be plenty of profit to be made. Yash, what's going on, dude? How's your day going? I like how lights can change the mood quite instantly. It's like if I shift my lights over here to like a white light, holds a lot different tone. I'll zoom my camera in a little bit here. There we go. That's better. The problem with ABC is that it has a small win rate and people get scared really easily. That's just something that the person's going to have to overcome. If they choose to use ABCs. Like I said, there's other strategies out there that are winnable, but the problem with a lot of those, there's a lot of interpretation. What time frame? Stuff like that. With an indicator, you can look at a time frame and it says one thing. Go to a different time frame, it says another thing. You have like a similar problem with ABCs, but that's a problem on the person because price action is price action no matter what. It's just a matter of perspective. If I'm on the 15-minute time frame, I can see this ABC. If I'm on the 1 hour time frame, I can see this ABC. If I was on something like lazy bear trends, the waves would look entirely different from those 2 time frames. Where on this, now it just makes this ABC a little bit smaller. That's all. Still a decent size ABC. And of course, we look at like what the larger ABCs are and but that allows us to prioritize which levels are more significant to price action at this current moment in time. So right now, if we got back about 17,642, that would be really bullish for Bitcoin. Until then, we can have signs of bullishness. We did down here at 15,450, but it doesn't hold as much weight. Doesn't mean I won't take the trade as long as it's a decent size. It just means I know that we have a little bit more to work through. Dabatola, good morning, man. Good morning. Don't blame you for sleeping in. It's a Saturday. That's the day to sleep in. We never checked out the what to mine. I got distracted there. Go to the 4090. Conceal has some profit on it. This one has actually been holding some decent profit past week or so. Pretty good. The leverage should not matter, Raphael. Use the calculator in the description, put in how much your account is worth, and then set these metrics up. You don't have to worry about the dollar amount. Worry about the percentage risk. All right, so I'm using 4% of my account as margin. I'm risking 75% of that 4%, which is 3% of the total. And I'm using a 3% chart stop loss. All right, so that comes out to 25x leverage. I could set this up to lose the same exact amount of money and make the same exact amount of money, but I would be using 5x leverage. I could do it with 100x leverage. Leverage does not matter if you do it appropriately. When you use leverage like a gambling tool and go, I'm going to use 75% of my portfolio as margin on 75x leverage with no stop loss, you're going to lose. That's where leverage, I guess, matters, but no, that's gambling. Ahmed, what's going on? What's up, my brother from another mother? Nothing much, man. Just chilling out Saturday morning. Doing a little bit of stream. No 125x leverage. I don't even think Bybit offers 125x leverage, my man. I know Forex does on some coins, because, oh, not coins, but currencies. Well, I guess, yeah, coins. Depending on which currency you use. But, no, I mean, same thing goes. You could set up the calculator for Forex as well. Does the same thing. USA is playing very soon. We'll root for you. I'm not interested in it. They win, they win. Best of luck to them. You still use spider lines. Can you touch on where you got that idea? First off, I never used spider lines. CryptoFace got that from me. But what I did was I used Gone fans. Gone fans, you set them up one particular way. And I got it from just looking at trend lines and go, maybe there's something more to this. A lot of like psychedelics skewed my mind to think that the market was some sort of matrix that could be bent to my will. that it had to work out in a particular way. But no, it doesn't work like that. It's cool to see, like, you know, when Fibonacci works out and stuff like that, but it's not a matrix hack. Can you go over why you took those entries? I missed it. So I took the Bitcoin short because we have a ABC short on Bitcoin right now, and we got entered in on that yesterday when the price dumped down a little bit right here. I took the long position because of this right here. Had downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. All right, and we did put in a lower low on Bitcoin right here. That's where I'm long from. And then Ethereum, because Bitcoin put in that lower low, Ethereum didn't do it at the same point, but we did have a ABC formation right here. So I just wanted to be coincided because I really hoped that we would have put in a lower low right there, but we didn't. So I took that long position here on Ethereum. Now, if Ethereum pushes up a little bit further, we'll have a short position here, though. Play some Wordle. Audio. I'm not going to try to guess words that have an O at the end of them because I don't know. I'm going to try to build some words out and get some, knock out some letters here. So there's an R in it. Okay. Igloo. No, because there's no I in it. That can help us get rid of G and L. Man, this is a tough one. So down at the bottom of the screen here, any letter that is not darkened out, we still have left. So we know that there's an R and there's an O in it. This is a tough one. No, because we don't have an H, we don't have an N, and we don't have an I. I don't know if I want to use that one because, I mean, it would help us get rid of C and K, but then we would only have one chance left. No, we don't know what it starts with. Like, the only thing that we know is that there's an R in it, but it's not in the correct spot. So the R could be either the second, third, or fourth letter. We know that the last letter is O. And we know that there's no O here and no O here. Like, there's no double O. There could still be an O here, I guess. So that's why I'm looking for like KOR, like Koro, or man, I have no clue, dude. VROMO. No, that's not even a word. Man, we might not get this one. WR. It can't be wrong because we don't have an N and the last letter is O. Torso? That? Prathish, you better not be cheating, man. We do have a T. We have an O. We have an R. It's probably torso. Prathish, you better not been cheating. That was if that was a good one. If it wasn't a cheat, that was a good one. I wouldn't have gotten that one, to be honest with you. Such a basic word, but at the same time, like it just doesn't pop into my head. But if you got that legit, that was good. That was a good guess. Man, that was a tough one. We got, there was one where I didn't even need help from anybody and I got in like 2 or 3 tries. But that was definitely not one of them. That was tough for me, at least. No cheating? Good on you, Prathish, man. That was a good one. Josh V, what's going on? Is there any ongoing ABC on Bitcoin? Yes. So there is a short ABC, but we are currently above the A right now. If you wanted to go to a really small time frame, there is a long ABC, but we've already kind of played that one out to at least the 0.441 retest. And, you know, like there's potential, like we could see, you know, that turn into a long ABC that works out and go for another higher high. Depends on what happens. But I'm definitely sticking to the larger time frame. This is the only ABC that we currently have right now. And then we're still, I mean, technically not. We do have this long ABC here. Let me stop using red. Red's a little bit hard to see. Just because it blends in with the candles here. We'll do like yellow or blue. Do blue. Maybe yellow. Yellow. So we're currently sitting on the repercussions of this long ABC with the potential of seeing more downside because of this short ABC. If we can get back above this macro ABC, then it's going to be looking really good for longs. But until then, it's kind of up in the air. For the ETH long, I used the macro ABC long. Oh, I didn't even mention that. Yes. So that's another reason why I took that long. So obviously we have this one right here. I don't even know why that slipped my mind, but you can see like this smaller time frame ABC has pretty much the same exact entry point. So that's why I didn't mind taking that smaller one. Brain fog in the morning, sorry. But yes, that is one of the better ABCs on the board right now, in my opinion, in terms of long positions. Torso, you're a little bit behind on the stream, but you got it. You got it. And my nose is starting to really stuff up here. This sucks. I thought I could get past it. I thought everybody else was gonna get sick, but no, not me. But I guess I'm not special. Guess I'm not special. Okay, when I set up my TV hub alert, I never get an orange dotted line. Am I missing something? Are you doing it the same exact way? So like if I hit, so I'm using regular candles, all right, because the way the alert works on regular candles is a little bit better in my opinion. So I hold Alt and I press A. All right, and theoretically, let's say that we wanted to take this short ABC right here. Okay, so we have uptrend, downtrend, and if we ever saw a higher high, that would be a short ABC for me. All right, so that level is 2030. So I go over here and I go, I only want this alert to trigger if I'm crossing down. I'm going to hit 2030 as my value. I'm going to hit every time on the options. I'm going to add, like a 30 days to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and do TradingView Hub alerts. I'm going to post in whatever the bot generates in terms of all that. I'm going to hit create. And then I'm going to delete that line. And then it creates an orange line. Is that how you're doing it? Or are you right clicking on a horizontal and then hitting add alert and then hit create? Because that does not create a dotted line. That creates the horizontal as the alert. Get a Christmas rally, almost like the opposite man stabbing the lows and then pulling away fast. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have the bot set up for that Bitcoin trade, ain't no way I was gonna grab that. I probably would have grabbed it right here, but no, like I caught the low exactly. If we go look at Bitcoin real quick, yeah, look at that. The bot was able to get me in like almost instantaneously. Whenever the bot makes these stop losses, I usually just put my own and then cancel the other one. Just because I like the way it looks a little bit better, in my opinion. Try hitting Alt A, maybe? I'm not sure. Why it's doing that to you. There's nothing in particular that I set up, it started doing that automatically. Let me try doing it your way. Yeah, cause when I right click on the chart, it's doing add alert at 16,1005. Right? No, it's still put an orange dotted line. I don't know, man. I don't know why it's doing that to you. I have no clue. Peculiar. Anything you plan for destroy December? I'm not participating in that. I like my prostate. I don't feel like hurting. should try ABCs with the SPIEES on 1 minute, 3 minutes. I'm gonna stick to the higher time frames, but I do appreciate the recommendation. All right, Ahmed. Appreciate you, buddy. Check in the next one. Hopefully I'm not too sick to make it next one. Who knows how this is gonna get. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get going. We've been streaming for about an hour and 30 minutes. So, good stream today. Had some good conversations. Honestly, kept clicking over to a head in a refrigerator. Ain't nothing to see there. But I'm probably gonna be back tomorrow. Maybe at the same time. Maybe it continues the way that we've been doing. Where like, maybe this time I'll show up at 9:30 a.m. EST. But appreciate you nonetheless. I am starting to get a bit sick, but it doesn't seem to be really like hitting me hard yet. So I might still be fine tomorrow for a live stream, but we'll see how bad it gets. But all right, guys, appreciate you. Have a good morning. It's a rainy day here, so it's not nice outside, unfortunately, where I'm at. But hopefully it is where you are. And have a good Saturday. And I'll check you guys tomorrow, okay? We probably won't be having the same type of live streams next week, to be honest with you, because if everything still works out appropriately, I'm gonna be having Johnny Crypto over for a couple days, and then another friend of mine over for about a week. So obviously I'm gonna be giving them attention just because they're not gonna be here very long, and I'm still gonna be streaming, and I do plan on doing a stream with Johnny Crypto, probably one on his channel, one on my channel, and we'll just be bullshitting. So it's gonna be really cool if it all comes together correctly. We don't have like anything planned. It's probably just gonna be free form. It's gonna be talking about the news and stuff and our opinions, and we'll see how it goes. But I'll see you guys later, right? Dabatola, have a good day, man. I appreciate you. Pratish, you're always here. I appreciate you, man. I recognize the people that show up like every single day, and I truly appreciate it, guys. Like I really do. Sorry for banning you yesterday on accident. It was just a joke. It's just a joke. But all right, let's do the thing and head out for today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You can tell I trimmed up my beard a little bit. like the neck beard was going like all the way down to here. And I pushed it up a little bit. I don't want to go too far up because I don't know how it's going to look. But, all right. Bye! That was explosive. Goodbye.